Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, valued listeners, to the first episode of my new gaming-centric podcast, Arcade Renegades. Each episode, I'll have a guest with me where we will discuss the latest news in gaming. Then we will play a mini-game myself or the guest will set up. You can call me Jason or Vaz, and today my special guest is none other than JustBoredGaming, a great friend of mine who also owns a gaming channel. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yes, thanks for having me.
What would you prefer to be called?
You can call me Nick.
Alright, Nick works. I have a question for you. Have you ever heard of the game Alan Wake?
Yes. Actually, there was at one point in time, I was going to play it for the channel with my friend Johnny. However, we were recording it and we kept getting interrupted by the game, and we didn't really want to talk over the game, but the game kept talking, like, constantly. So we're like, maybe this won't work for a Let's Play.
I really like when I first heard of the game, when I first saw the game, I was really skeptical on it because I guess like it wasn't a ripoff of, say, Silent Hill, but I was younger when I first came across it and I'm like, oh, this isn't as good. But when you really look at it, it's really unique and really creative.
I would need to play through more of it because after we tried and failed to do a Let's Play, I haven't actually touched it since. So I should probably actually play the game on my own time at some point.
Well, you better do it soon because Alan Wake 2 is officially happening and will be releasing in 2023.
Exciting.
I need to actually go through it myself because I remember it being good, but it's been so long that I don't remember too much of it.
I heard that it's in the same universe as Control, which I haven't played either yet, but
that was confirmed.
That's pretty interesting. They don't seem to be related, but apparently they are.
Apparently, yeah. No. Alan Wake was in the DLC, and they had confirmed later on that they share the same universe.
Very interesting. I'm going to need to play both of them at some point.
Yeah. Well, not just play, but also watch, because the Alan Wake TV series is also in the works.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
developer Remedy, the developers for Alan Wake, is collaborating with AMC on the adaptation, and this was announced on the game's 12th anniversary by creative director Sam Lake.
All right.
I wonder if they chose the name Alan Wake because it rhymes with Sam Lake.
Sam Lake? Is this a reference I'm not understanding?
Oh, Sam Lake is the creative director of Alan Wake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was a bit confused for a second there.
Yeah, no worries. I don't tend to add context sometimes.
It's all right.
Yeah. Recently, back in May, or June, so not really recently, two new producers joined following the exit of its previously announced showrunner, Peter Calloway, who worked on Marvel's Cloak and Dagger. Have you seen that show?
I have not. I have not seen a lot of the Marvel TV shows. Well, I've seen the ones on Disney Plus, but like the ones on Netflix I haven't really seen.
Same. I feel like with me, much like how zombies were, I feel like superheroes are now oversaturated.
A little, yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of stopped watching Marvel stuff. But it's pretty cool that they managed to get someone who worked on Marvel's Cloak and Dagger to work on this, who then exited the production, I guess. So, bye, Peter Calloway.
Yeah.
How short-lived.
Very much so.
I don't recognize the two new producers, John Jashney and Jeff Ludwig, but I'm sure they'll do great. I mean, the fact that there's an Alan Wake TV series, that would be interesting. I'm curious to see how faithful it would be, or if it's going to be its own thing. Probably not make sense.
Well, yeah. Video game tie-ins TV shows make me kind of nervous because they have notoriously not been good in the past.
Yeah, never forget the spaghetti that was the Mario movie back in the day.
Right, and if you want a more recent example, the Halo TV, utter dog shit.
Wait, hold on. There's a TV series on Halo?
I would not recommend watching it. It's actually like very bad. Completely disrespects the source material.
No.
Yeah.
I can't say I was a fan of the series, but I liked building bases when everyone else kept fighting each other.
Yeah. the multiplayer, I haven't played a lot of Halo either, but I would sometimes go over to someone's house and we would like play the multiplayer. It was fun.
Yeah. I think when you have a big franchise like Halo and say, I don't know, Castlevania, for example, you have a lot of expectations on what to do. But I think the reason, say,
Castlevania.
Castlevania got away with it is because the third game, which the series was based off of, not the new one, the new one coming out soon,
Mm.
but the original Castlevania one, with Trevor Belmont, you didn't have a lot of story. You had bits and pieces, say, over the course of the game's, like the franchise's history, that you could work with. And so I think they had a lot more creative, like, freedom, a lot more liberty. While with
Yeah, that makes
Halo,
sense.
it's more specific because you have a lot of, this text, you have a lot of story and lore because it was made, like, years later.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. The problem with the Halo series also is that the producers and whatnot like legit did not care about video games whatsoever, and when they bragged about not actually playing the games and not doing anything. Like they didn't read the games, they didn't read the or play the games or read the books or anything. They practically bragged about it, like, oh yeah, we don't care about the games at all. This is movie for the more hardcore whatever. Really, really dumb
It
stuff.
was bound to fail.
Yeah.
Like, who goes and brags about making an adaptation, but also being like, I don't know anything about it. My child played it, I guess, and he liked it, so I can make money from this.
Right. It's just yeah. If you want to make an adaptation, you have to actually like get people who care about it. If they don't
Oh,
care,
yeah.
then obviously, yeah. Like the Castlevania one you mentioned, now that was a good adaptation.
Oh, that was so good. I still need to watch season 4, but
Okay.
but I absolutely love it, and I'm excited for what's coming up next. I do hope
Yeah.
that the next one, right, is another good
Mhm.
adaptation, and maybe down the road we'll say get the Aria of Sorrow, Dawn of Sorrow duology, the one with Soma Cruz. That would be
Okay.
a really cool one to adapt. Have you played those ones?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I
I'll be honest, I
recommend it.
haven't. I haven't actually really played. I don't think I've actually played any Castlevania games, if I'm honest.
Yeah, no
I've just
worries.
seen people play them.
Yeah, my first one I ever played was Portrait of Ruin for the DS, which was pretty difficult. I remember that every time that sorry, you played as two people, and every time you switched, they would shout the other person's name. So there were just times where I was bored just being like, Jonathan, Charlotte, Jonathan, Charlotte, Jonathan, Charlotte, which apparently became a meme. It's a really
See.
good game. It is a bit difficult. Nothing like Order of Ecclesia. If you start out with a Castlevania game for the DS, do not start with Order of Ecclesia. That game is really unforgiving at points. It's really good, but really unforgiving. So if you like Metroidvanias,
I do love
I'd say
Metroidvanias.
I'd say get the GBA collection for the Switch. The first two ones weren't well received when they first came out because they were on the original Game Boy. It was dark, and there's some weird
Hmm.
decisions here and there with, say, music choices. And things got really, really, really good with Aria of Sorrow, which I believe is the first one, the first of the duology.
All right.
But I still recommend checking them out, especially in Harmony of Dissonance. I should know this. I played the games recently. The second GBA game, where just Belmont collecting furniture and decorating this one room in the middle of nowhere on the map.
I could see it working well because I remember and this is slightly off topic, but I remember that fucking Kirby's Epic Yarn also had like
Oh,
a
it
building a
did.
furniture, yeah, and that was kind of fun.
Oh, I
So
remember that too. Oh, that was a lot of fun.
yeah.
Well, the game was. I mean, I'm a sucker for anything interior design. I grew up with HGTV.
Okay, Kirby's Epic Yarn was it was really fun. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that game.
and I'm really glad the new Kirby game. I don't know if it's technically new. I mean, it still is kind of new.
Like
Um,
the newest one to release.
yeah, that was fun. I wish they didn't advertise it as Kirby Breath of the Wild because it wasn't.
Did people advertise it like that? I never saw anyone advertising it like that.
I've seen it advertised a couple, but I don't know if it was. I don't remember if it was actually advertised it like that, or if people speculated and it just became advertised like that by other people.
Yeah, that makes sense. It was probably just as you said, speculation that got blown up out of proportion. But yeah,
Yeah. Oh, also, I know this is not on my outline. Still a few other things, but I believe we're getting more news on Metroid Prime 4 at some point.
I would love to get more news on it. I love the Metroid series and especially Prime. They are very fun.
Have you played Metroid Dread?
Yes, I have.
It's so good.
I really liked it too. My playtime though, like the my final finished time was absolutely atrocious though because I am kind of slightly OCD and I want to fill in as much of the map as possible.
Oh yeah,
So
I hear you.
I would spend ridiculous amount of time just trying to jump off the walls and hit the corners, like the top corners, just so it's filled in. I could never speedrun a game.
Before it released, my favorite, and this is probably controversial. My favorite Metroid game was Fusion, which is hilariously enough the most linear Metroid game.
I hear a lot of people say that's their favorite, so you're not alone in that.
Thankfully. I love the atmosphere. I'm really big on atmosphere, and it's something I feel like the Metroid series does well, especially in Dread.
Yes.
So the fact that Dread was a sequel to Fusion was amazing. And I feel really sorry for Samus that the Galactic Federation keeps screwing her over. Like, they're basically taking advantage of her skills. They don't care about her. It's like, oh, you spent did she even spend it, was it a day after she was fully healed, if even, that they're like, do this?
I possibly.
Yeah.
They don't really set up a time frame, but yeah.
And Adam's like, the risk outweighs the reward. I think Samus just has too good of a heart.
Yeah, probably.
Considering every moment, every game is like, the world could end if this isn't taken care of.
I do think it's hilarious, and this might be a sort of a spoiler, but the game's been out for a while now, so I think it's hilarious that the meme became real. The meme of everyone call how they call Link Zelda because that's the name of the franchise.
Yeah.
So they also call Samus Metroid. Except now it's actually accurate. Samus is technically a Metroid now. So when you say that, it's not a lie.
Even if it was a spoiler, I'm pretty sure that Fusion was setting up for this as well. And then Dread just continued that.
Right.
Yeah. I was surprised how little Metroid games there are.
I know, right? You'd think it'd be bigger with it's one of Nintendo's big properties, but I think they might be just kind of picky with what they want to do with it. So Mario's like the Everman or whatever, right? Like you can put Mario in any situation. But with Metroid, it's like we have a specific vision and we're very picky about how we want it. So that means you're gonna get less games, but the games you do get are gonna be really fucking good.
Yeah, and I was explaining to my roommates because I know a lot of weird Metroid facts about the series, and it's I was looking up the games. I'm like, oh, there's not that many. What's going on here? I remember the Prime trilogy being good. I remember Other M not being good with story.
Yeah, the story was bad, but I will defend Other M.
More on the backstory of Adam.
Yeah.
Oh, okay then. Yeah.
Yeah. I will defend Other M though. I know it's fun to pick on it, but I will say the gameplay was very fun. I did enjoy actually playing the game. It's just the story was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so bad.
So,
but I still like the game for the gameplay.
Yeah, that's good. I'll definitely have to play it myself because I played it a tiny bit, but that was so long ago.
Yeah.
If you get Prime 4, though, I think that'll be really good. It's just a matter of where on Earth is this chronologically, because 1 to 3 was, I believe, before the second game, Samus Returns.
Right.
Which, by the way, I feel like AM2R was the better remake of the second game. Why?
That's what I hear too. I haven't played AM2R, so I couldn't say, but I have
phenomenal.
Very nice. But I know that when Other M first came out, it sort of retconned and made Prime to be non-canon.
Oof.
But then, due to the backlash of Other M, they went back on it and actually, never mind. Prime is canon again, and Other M, I guess, isn't anymore. I don't know.
I know we made like 3 games, but they're no longer canon. Actually, they are. But this game we made that retconned those other 3 games is no longer canon, but it might also be. Make up your
Yeah,
mind. It's like with the Hyrule Historia. It came out, and you had like an actual chronological order, and then later
yeah.
on, they're like, actually, these 2 games are switched.
Some of the things made sense because even before they came out with the time, like with the official timeline, my friends and I would speculate about it, and we were like, oh, so this would like, Wind Waker would be in the adult timeline because that's when Ganondorf got sealed, but the Twilight Princess would be in the child
Yeah.
timeline because, and so that makes sense. But then when the official thing came out, there's also like the Link dies timeline. And it's like, what? What? Okay, interesting choice, and that's only specifically for Ocarina of Time. Because Link could die in any of the other games too. Wouldn't that also start a different timeline?
When it comes to Link's ancestors, who is Link getting with to have these babies?
Yeah, very good question. I mean, I'm sure there are popular ships. I don't know if they're canon or not, but I guess Link and like the what's her name, the farm girl that everyone ships him with in
Oh, I don't
Ocarina.
know. I don't know her name. I think
But
no.
you know who
Marin.
I'm talking about. Marin, that might be it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Took me a moment.
So, I mean, it's not canon, but one could feasibly say maybe they hooked up or whatever.
I feel like in the Link dies timeline, it's Link dies, like that iteration of Link dies, and then we have a new iteration of Link. But again, Link is so tiny and young. How is there a descendant?
Right. And yeah. And honestly, I just don't even understand how that could even be a timeline. Like, what, why, where did he die? It doesn't even specify. And like, I don't
Florida.
know, right. I mean, I meant like where in the timeline, but yes. The adult timeline makes sense. The child timeline makes sense. I don't think the Link dies timeline makes any fucking sense at all. But whatever, it's what we got.
Yeah. I guess moving on. Have you played GeoGuessr?
I have not played it myself, but I've watched the Game Grumps play it.
Yeah, I remember trying to play it myself, being like, okay, I can recognize stuff in Canada. No, I wish.
Yeah,
Have you played the game
I,
Elden Ring?
I, this will be a common thing you'll hear from me, but I have not played it myself, but I have seen other YouTubers play it.
A Redditor named the Elden Child and their friend made a GeoGuessr style game.
Oh
It's
no!
Elden Ring.
Oh
8,000
my god!
locations with multiplayer.
Oh my god!
It's
That's
that's
whew.
insane. I now want to play Elden Ring for the sake of wanting to go through these locations. The reason I haven't played it yet is because even though I know all of, Bloodborne, I haven't finished it myself.
Gotcha.
Even though I can probably
Yeah.
just skip that and go to Elden Ring anyway, but whatever. But the fact that the Elden Child and their friend, who wasn't specified in any article, it's just friend, made a
Okay.
GeoGuessr style game surrounding Elden Ring with, again, 8,000 locations and multiplayer is incredible.
That is pretty dang impressive. I would agree. Honestly, now that makes me just want like GeoGuessrs for other games, like a
Same.
Breath of the Wild or like
I was just about to say that.
yeah, or like the Marvel Spider-Man for PS4, like do a GeoGuessr of
Ooh, that's
New
a
York
good
City.
one.
Yeah,
I would say Sonic Frontiers, but it's split up into like 5 islands, and I think it'd be super easy. The maps together just aren't big enough.
and they all it would be. I don't know if I would say it would be easy, to be honest. I feel like it would actually be hard considering everything looks the same.
Frontiers is
I
such a good game.
I hear it's good. I haven't played it yet, but I have heard good things.
Yeah, my favorite thing so far is a friend of mine assumed I had finished the game and spoiled what the final boss was. I'm like, I
Oof.
haven't finished it yet. I still haven't finished it because I was so relentless on making sure I 100%ed everything on the way through the game that I was spending hours and hours and hours before getting to the third island. And I'm like,
Relatable.
I need a couple days, which is turned into a couple
I
weeks.
Yeah, I do the exact same thing. You're not alone there. I'm like dedicated to always doing everything before I move on.
Yeah, like I always start a game but never finish it because in my mind it's like if I finish it, the journey ends, but at the same time, I'm never going to see the end of the journey if I never finish it because of my mindset that the journey will end and I will feel things.
Gotcha.
It's weird.
Yeah, I can't say I experienced that so much, but I will say that I used to, when I was younger, 100%, like literally every single game I would play, like literally every single one. But now that I'm older and don't have that as much free time, I still have like that mentality of wanting to 100% things, but then I just,
Yeah.
I'm busy now, and sometimes I'll put down a game with the intention of picking it back up, and then I end up not, and it's like not because I chose to stop playing, it just life gets in the way.
I also like that sometimes I was nodding, but this is a podcast. You can't see me nod.
Oh yeah.
So this isn't on my outline, but I thought I'd
Okay.
bring this up. I am extremely excited about the I was going to say Sonic stuff. We'll get to that in a bit. The Silent Hill games coming out.
Yes. I don't know if you saw, but Melody and I have actually been playing through all of the Silent Hills um in a row. We've been doing them as streams. We've done 1 through 3 so far. We're going to do 4 eventually.
Eventually.
I need to buy artwork for it first, but that's been kind of put on the back burner until because I'm going through some financial problems right now. So art
Yeah.
is kind of a luxury I can't afford currently. But
Yeah, it makes sense.
we'll get we'll get to it soon enough.
Yeah. What I'm really confused about, I mean, I'm not confused. I'm just, why the second game first regarding a remake? The first game, the graphics have not held up. And I want to see Dahlia Gillespie do gyromancy, or however that's pronounced, in real time.
Yeah,
Because,
I think I literally think the only reason is because it's the most popular one.
oh, no,
Like
there's no doubt about
Yeah.
that. That's why they also released like 5 bajillion toys of Pyramid Head and Pyramid Head shirts.
Right. Well, Melody was saying that it's kind of funny that Pyramid Head become such a thing in the Silent Hill games when technically speaking, for the lore reasons, Pyramid Head was really only supposed to be in 2 because he was like, specifically designed for for like the inner mental struggle or whatever for
James.
for James. But he was just so popular that they were like, well, we
Like-
should keep him in, even though it doesn't make sense anymore.
Essentially, Pyramid Head was there is art of Pyramid Head in the church. Not really like the church, but when you go through the church dungeon itself, essentially he was like the symbol, like the executioner.
That makes sense.
I say the church, you don't go through the church in number 2. But he does appear, I believe, in other artwork in other games, and probably because, fan service.
Right.
So I think because they built him up as like the executioner and the symbol of that, that's probably why he appeared in other games. In universe, I mean, the real reason being that, hey, it's Pyramid Head, he's in this game, buy it.
Right.
Like,
It's just funny how these things kind of happen sometimes.
yeah, like, I have no doubt that even though Homecoming exists and Pyramid Head appearing is a thing, they kind of slightly built a lore reason very subtly because of adding him in, say, artwork that you can find in, I think it was number 3, actually.
It's very possible.
Yeah, because that was the one where she went through the church.
Yeah.
But I'll have to re-look at my sources. But there's no doubt it was just cash cow.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I first heard about gyromancy through Dahlia Gillespie, where essentially Harry comes in and she's like, it was foretold by gyromancy. And I found out what that was, which was there's a circle of letters. You spin around and you fall down, and that's like one letter. I want to see this. She was probably lying out her ass because, I don't know, she was using Harry throughout the game. But the idea of Dahlia just spinning around and falling just to make the sentence of Harry Mason is coming to see her is hilarious to me.
That is very funny, yeah. I think Melody was saying the same thing when we played it as well. Just the idea is very funny.
Like, Silent Hill 1 is so good. And what I really like about the franchise is that there are connections to other games. Like in Silent Hill 4, Walter Sullivan was referenced in a newspaper in Silent Hill 2.
Oh.
In fact, a couple of the victims, I believe it was the twin victims, the enemy I don't like because they're genuinely terrifying to me, was referenced in there
I
in
see.
that newspaper clipping. I could be wrong.
That would certainly be interesting.
Unpopular
But I
opinion,
guess
I like the story for 4.
I haven't played 4 yet. But that's the next one we're gonna do. So
Wait,
I
you know nothing about
unfortunately
4?
I literally know absolutely nothing about
Oh,
4.
oh, you're in for an experience.
Oh boy. Can't wait.
Now, I'll be unpopular in saying this, but out of all the ones I've been through, 4 is one of my least favorites. It's hard to say it would be my least favorite because there's a lot of things I don't like in there that other people do when games like Homecoming exist.
And Homecoming is the prequel, right?
That's Origins. Homecoming is number
Oh,
6.
okay.
Homecoming is essentially like I won't go into plot details, but it's extremely linear. I do love the story. I might be the only one that likes the story of Homecoming. But
Wait, is that the one where is that the one where everything's like frozen?
No, that is Shattered Memories.
Ah, okay. Because I watched the Game Grumps play one of the things.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, Homecoming is the one about Alex Shepard returning home after being discharged from a hospital, and he was like a veteran.
I see.
Yeah. So it doesn't take place in Silent Hill. It takes place in Shepherd's Glen. You do go to Silent Hill though. That's all I'm saying on the story. But a lot of people have issues with how things were executed, essentially. And like I said, I love the story. I think it's really good. Maybe not the best executed. And I know it's easy to harp on Homecoming, but at the same time, if you're going to go through all of them, I still recommend going through it.
Okay. We're probably gonna go through all of it, whether they be good or bad. I've heard that from Melody that Zero doesn't make, or not, or Zero, but Origins or whatever that the protagonist literally has no reason for doing any of the things he's doing.
That is true. Travis is the epitome of wrong place, wrong time. At the same time, he has a good heart. And
Gotcha.
It's the combination of those two that get him involved in the plot that does not revolve around him in any sense.
I see.
My favorite thing about Origins, and this has nothing to do with the story, is you have unlimited storage space. So a common meme regarding Travis Grady and Origins is the amount of TVs he can carry.
Oh my god.
Which is every single one. You find small red CRTs, and if you find something that can be a weapon, you can pick it up. Just endless.
Nice. Honestly, that's how I prefer to play games. I hate having limited storage space.
Yeah, that's 4.
Oh no. Oh,
okay,
God.
I will say that. I will give you that warning. 4 is very limited on space. You do have a storage in your apartment that's also limited, but I believe you have even more limited space in your actual inventory. So that's all I'm saying on that.
I have a feeling I'm going to have a bad time.
It depends. There's a lot of things I want to say, but I'll just leave you blind.
Okay, much appreciated.
But back to the Silent Hill announcements.
Yes, sorry.
No worries. I mean, I love Silent Hill. It's a great topic. Silent Hill F, that intrigues me.
Was that the Japanese one?
A lot of people are speculating that this could be the origin of the White Claudia drug.
Oh, the red thing?
No, that's a Aglaophatis, or however you pronounce it. White Claudia was essentially a hallucinogenic drug given to tourists. And I believe it's the drug that Kaufman got Lisa Garland addicted to.
I see.
So it's a very important drug to... I mean, not as big as, say, Aglaophatis, which I don't think is... I need to do more research on Aglaophatis, which I believe does actually exist.
Huh.
Yeah. So it's really interesting to see what it's going to be like. And a lot of people, when they say they have trypophobia, right?
Yeah.
To them, it's just like, okay, this makes me uneasy. With me, though, it's actually like a phobia.
Oh no.
That's good. It caused me like stop in my tracks. It's like a slight panic. I just hate it to the nth degree. It's more than uncomfortable and unsettling for me. It's like a legitimate fear. And the reason why for me is of just like the idea of like what's in those holes.
I guess that's fair. I did once see a movie where like someone was pulling like bugs out of someone's back that was not a pleasant thing to watch.
Yeah, like I was watching The Umbrella Academy, and at one point it was just like these small clusters of holes, like I think all over that person. And I was like, why? Mood whiplash.
Yeah.
But Townfall, the other game that was announced, we
Yes.
have nothing on Townfall.
Yeah, they kind of just announced things and that was it. They like little to no detail whatsoever. Just like this is a thing we're doing. Look forward to it.
Yeah, I'm excited though. I mean, I keep wanting to say Downfall, and then I think of Downpour, which again, I might be one of the only people who likes Silent Hill Downpour. In fact, I'd say Downpour is one of my all-time favorites.
How many Silent Hill games are there? Like, holy what? There's something I'm thinking.
I think there are 8 main games at the moment, and then you have the mobile games, you have the arcade games, you have probably Pachinko.
I'm not playing the Pachinkos.
You would have had Silent Hills if it wasn't canceled.
Well, I guess PT still technically exists.
Yeah, it doesn't want to. They don't want PT to exist.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
So, have you heard about Nintendo sending out emails to people?
What kind of emails? Because I get emails from Nintendo, but it's usually just like buy these games or whatever.
Yeah, Nintendo is encouraging fans to replay Super Mario Odyssey. And a part of the email said, and I quote, "But there may be even more out there still to be discovered. Perhaps it's worth hopping aboard the Odyssey once more and taking the trip all over again."
Oh, that does certainly sound like it's hinting at something.
Yeah, a lot of fans are now are speculating about DLC, and that would be exciting. Would we get another world? Would we get more bajillion moons? I do like Odyssey, but sorry, continue.
No, I was just gonna say what I'm hoping for is that they actually did have Delfino Island on the map and then removed it in like a later patch. I'm hoping maybe they put it back and have it as a DLC thing.
Oh, that'd be so good.
It would.
My one complaint about the moons is that they clearly wanted to fill the quota, so the amount of ones you have to buy are ridiculous.
I mean, you don't have to buy them, but for a 100%, which is something that I did, then yeah. I mean, it's not like it's something you like literally like are required to do.
Oh yeah.
You could beat the whole game without buying a single moon.
Yeah.
But for us completionists out there, it was certainly a lot. Yeah. Although the Luigi's balloon mission did make it easy to farm coins to do that, so
that's good then. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't 100% completed it. I'm at around 700 something moons at this point, so who knows? Gotcha.
Yeah, honestly, all you really got to do is play Luigi's balloon thing a few times, get some like easy ones, and you can get to like your max number of coins really easily, and then just
that's good.
Bulk buy a bunch of moons to get to 999.
Now, a lot of people are thinking it could be DLC, but I'm wondering if since Odyssey was such a fan favorite game, if we could get a sequel.
I would also be down for that.
Yeah, it is so fascinating to see what Odyssey has done, and also the fans, whether it was Odyssey multiplayer, whether it's all the custom, kingdoms you can go to that people have made. It's just so good.
I would need to check those out. I actually haven't seen anything in the way of modding, but considering
I'll
how
send you some links
Mario
later.
fans are. All right, sounds good. But yeah, Odyssey 2 would be cool, because then like a DLC, I imagine we would just get like maybe 1 or 2 more kingdoms, but a whole sequel, we could get like obviously a whole new game's worth of kingdoms.
Oh, absolutely. Like, it'd be fun to have some nice callbacks to, say, other games.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we have
like the Delfino Island that they got rid of.
Oh, that would be cool. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
So, there is a new port of Persona 4 Golden and Persona 3 Portable coming out on PC, PS4, PS5, Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox Series S and X, releasing tomorrow.
Well, technically speaking, Persona 4 already came out. That's actually what I've been playing on my channel.
Okay.
But yeah, Persona 4 Persona 4 Golden released early, but the other ones are coming out tomorrow, yes.
That's really exciting. I do wish that they would get Persona 2, Innocent Sin, and Eternal Punishment on other consoles, because when people think of Persona, you always think of 3, 4, and definitely 5 at this point. but never really 1 and the 2 Persona 2 games.
What? There's a Persona 1 and 2? Those
Uh?
actually exist?
Naughty?
What? You mean they didn't just start at 3?
Yeah. uh,
Yeah. I have not really heard a lot from the first 2 games, if I'm honest, but obviously I would imagine they're probably still decent games.
yeah, from what I remember, they are decent games. And what's really cool is that you play Innocent Sin before you play Eternal Punishment, but they're both relatively the same game. I mean, there's more differences in those games than there are in, say, Pokemon 1 and 2, sort of like X and Y, Sword and Shield, right?
Right.
You have essentially the same premise, but things look different.
Okay.
It's really cool. I definitely recommend checking them out.
Yeah, I could probably do that. I mentioned to do this, I think, before we started recording, but Melody and I are going to be doing Persona 3 once Ryan and I get done with Persona 4. And then when we're done with 3, then I'm going to do Persona 5 with Suki. So I'm playing them like completely out of order, but it doesn't really affect much. So yeah, oh well.
Yeah, I really like 3. I really like
Melody
3.
yeah.
I love Tartarus, even though it's like the only dungeon in the game. It's so good. I love the music, the atmosphere. That was the first time that I know of that we saw the Reaper if you stay on a floor for too long.
I have not even encountered the Reaper once in Persona 4 yet.
I think it's just a 3 and 5 thing then.
Damn.
I mean, it could be a 2. I don't know. I haven't played 2. I've seen bits of the 2. I've seen a review of 1. I've seen the opening of 1, but a let's play of 1 didn't intrigue me. And then I saw bits of 2, and then meanwhile I've seen 3. I've seen the anime series, both of them. I mean, I can't say series. I mean, you have the first one, which was, I think, a sequel to Persona 3, and then the other, and then you just had like the 5 movies based on Persona 3 itself. And I think it's really cool that in Persona 4 you actually go back to where Persona 3 took place for like a moment.
Oh, yeah, I think I'm actually past that part already, and Ryan was mentioning that to me where it's like, oh yeah, this is actually where 3 takes place. I was like,
yeah, it was such a nice touch.
It didn't really like do it was more fan service than anything else, but it's still pretty cool.
Yeah. So now it's time for the best-selling games of 2022. I have with me the top 10, and I don't like some of these entries. So, what game do you think is on this top 10?
Well, Elden Ring for sure.
Okay.
God of War probably, Ragnarok.
Okay.
Sonic Frontiers.
Okay.
What else came out this year?
Well, are you ready to see what's in 10th place?
Yeah.
Well, was your guess MLB The Show 22?
No, I would not have guessed that at all, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I won't knock people who like these games, but I've never been a sports person.
Yeah, same. I keep forgetting how popular they are.
Yeah, very popular. In 9th place is Horizon Forbidden West.
Oh, I guess that did come out this year, didn't it?
Yeah, a game I thought would have been higher on the list, but nope, I guess not. In 8th place, Pokemon Legends Arceus, which I was unsure if it actually came out this year, but this is a best-selling game of 2022. I guess they don't have to come out this year.
Yeah, I guess so. They just have to sell well in the year.
Huh. Yeah. Also, I will say the best-selling console was the Nintendo Switch, but the PS5 made more money.
I see.
Which makes sense because they're expensive. Really expensive.
Yes, that does make sense.
In 7th place, FIFA 23.
Oh, good. Another sports one.
Yeah. Another game I don't care about.
Right.
6th place, a game with a lot of promise, but it's broken as hell. Can you guess what that one is?
Is it the other Pokemon game?
Yep. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Violet, yeah. Yeah, I've seen those glitch compilations.
Yeah, they're so insane. I'm watching my roommates play it, and I love that the farther a person is from them, the more like weird staticky and frame ratey their walk cycle is. It's oof.
I do hear that the story's actually good. I haven't played it yet, but I hear the story's actually good, but it definitely came out very poorly optimized.
Oh, it really did, and I hope there's an update for it.
Yeah.
In fifth place, Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Okay. You know what? Nice. I didn't. Right, it didn't have to come out this year. Did it come out this year? I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't play Lego.
I love the Lego games. They're just honestly, if I ever just want to turn my brain off and just play something for a little bit, I play the Lego games. They don't really require too much thinking. Not that it's like a knock on them or anything. It's just like, they're just something to sit down and just zone out to, I guess.
They're not bad. Some Lego games have horrid glitches. Some of them are not optimized well. Some of them have really bad glitches. But they're popular for a reason, and there's a lot of good aspects regarding gameplay.
They're just fun, yeah.
Plus, Star Wars is extremely popular, so... I mean, you have two extremely popular things, of course it's going to be at least top 5.
Yeah.
In fourth place, God of War Ragnarok.
Only fourth? Wow, that's surprising.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be at least first, or at least top 3.
Like top 3 at least. Okay.
Yeah, you're not going to believe the games that surpassed God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, should I be afraid?
Yes, be very afraid.
Okay.
Do you want to guess what's in third place?
Sonic Frontiers.
I'm sorry, did you say Madden NFL 23?
Fuck, another sports game. Okay, of course. I should have known. I should have known.
Now, what's actually number 1 shocked me.
All right.
But I will essentially reveal that Elden Ring was number 1 for most of the year.
Oh no.
For most of the year. This is the game I expected to be number 1.
That's what I was expecting too, to be honest.
It was beaten by this game. The number 1 best-selling game of 2022 is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
That just makes me sad.
Yeah, I know, right? I am waiting for this franchise to die.
Yeah.
Like all them zombies.
Yeah. Call of Duty, yeah, that's I heard that they were actually pretty decent like in the beginning, but now it's
as I say, oversaturated. I feel like there's going to be differences in story and whatnot, but it's kind of the same thing. I say as someone who hasn't played most of them. Well, so clearly my opinion's better.
Right. But it's not just like oversaturated either, but also the fact that like and this is more of a thing with the company than the game, but it does affect the game. How their monetization of it, and after you have to get through like 6 menus to even start the game, but only 2 if you want to buy something.
Of course.
Right. It's just ridiculous.
It is. It's shocking that Horizon Forbidden West was only number 9. I wonder if it sold, if it didn't sell as well as it could have because of Aloy not being a supermodel.
Oh,
I remember when the game was coming out, everyone's like, "Oh my god, she's so ugly. Why does she like have these features? Where's this? What's this?" It's like,
what? She has a beard.
I'm sorry if someone from the post-apocalypse isn't like a Victoria's Secret model.
Right, that's just dumb, misogynistic shit.
100%. It's no surprise that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is as high as it is, even though it could be higher. Honestly, I was expecting it. Because of all the hype and everything surrounding it, even though some refunds were issued for digital copies.
Yeah.
However, there are some asterisks on the Pokemon games. This does not include the digital purchases.
Oh,
so for all we know, they could be higher.
Yeah? What digital purchases are there for Pokemon?
Refunds.
Oh, I thought, okay. For some reason in my head, I was thinking like DLC or something.
Oh, gotcha.
Like microtransactions.
I don't know if there are yet. I know there's been a couple of updates, including,
right.
Oh yeah, there is going to be DLC from what I remember, but nothing about optimization that I know of, which makes no sense. Fix the game.
Well, I certainly hope they wouldn't put the optimization in with the DLC, because then that's just like paying money to fix a game that should have been
I know
fixed in the first place.
You know, I expect some companies to do that. I really do.
Oh, jeez. Not Nintendo though. I was
going to say EB Games, but I was thinking of EA.
Oh yeah, EA. As many problems as Nintendo has though, usually quality is not one of them. Usually they are pretty good about actually making good, fun games.
Yeah. Thankfully.
Yeah.
And I find that Nintendo is better than, say, Capcom when it comes to remembering other IPs exist. I would say the same with
Yeah.
Sega, but my god, we have like the bajillionth Yakuza game. Amazing
Yeah.
franchise, by the way, as you know.
Yeah, I've been playing through it. Obviously I'm only on Kiwami 2, but I played 0 and 1, or Kiwami 1 and now Kiwami 2, and so far I'm having a good time.
Oh, the amount of side quests in those games is insane.
Oh yeah,
Fun
absolutely.
fact, the franchise was originally called Like a Dragon in Japan.
Yeah.
That is why it's now reverting back to Like a Dragon now.
And you know what? I think it's fine to do it now, considering, from what I hear at least, that Kiryu's story is over. So we can just say that the Yakuza is Kiryu's story and Like a Dragon is
Yeah,
Ichiban's. So
I
it kind of
agree
makes
with that. I
sense.
agree with that. So, are you ready for today's mini game?
I guess I'm as ready as I'll ever be.
Yeah, I mean, you have no other choice.
Yeah.
So, this is basically a quiz. Is this A, B, or C?
All
In other
right.
words, is this a video game title, a song title, or both?
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah, there are 14 that I see here, and they could be a video game title, a song title, or both.
All right.
And I warn you, the first one might be the hardest.
Oh, good. Cool.
Okay, are you
Well,
ready?
yeah, I guess so.
Okay, number 1. Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3.
That's definitely a video game title. Because I know of that game, but it also could be both because I would not be surprised if there was also a song like in the game's code that was just named the same thing
Yeah.
or
Also, I will
something.
say by song title, I'm not talking about game soundtracks.
Okay, well in that case
So actual musicians.
I'm going with game then.
All right, that is correct. I was joking about it being the hardest.
You lied to me.
I lied to you. All right, number 2, Pinball Wizard.
That's a game. I remember playing that on old computers, Windows XP.
All right, I have searched high and low for a game called that, and I found
Oh.
one that was called The Pinball Wizard.
Oh. Oh no, you're really gonna be like that stingy?
I'm gonna be stingy,
No.
but to be fair, I'll give you half a point.
Okay.
But yes, essentially, this was a song title, Pinball Wizard by The Who.
I see. I don't know a lot of the Who's music,
I grew up with it. My
so
mom's a huge fan of them. The
understandable.
Who?
The Who, yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Doctor Who? No, just the Doctor.
Oh god, yeah, a good way to piss off a Whovian is to refer to the main character as Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh. It's a good series, though. I will give them that.
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, I grew up with the Sixth Doctor, the one with the really long scarf, which was hilariously enough made by accident.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, the sixth one, which is by far one of the more famous ones of the older era. I would say the most famous one, but it's no doubt the 10th Doctor, David Tennant. But yeah, the
Right.
really famous multicolored scarf that the sixth Doctor wore was not originally supposed to be that long.
I see.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture later.
Okay. I feel like I'd probably like Doctor Who if I did watch it, because I do like other shows that most people associate with it, such as Supernatural and Sherlock. So
Yeah,
I probably would enjoy it. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And plus, it's like so long, it's kind of intimidating. It's like, oof.
yeah, makes sense. Now I will say, the rest of these titles, because I didn't explicitly say this earlier, it's case sensitive. If there's no the or whatever, like if
Right.
I don't say the and something just happens to be the, which is not the case for any other of these options, then it
Okay.
doesn't count.
Gotcha.
The only one that was weird like that was Pinball Wizard.
Understandable.
Number 3, the game is over.
I'm going to go with song.
Is that your final dandy?
My final dandy?
Sorry, that's an
Um,
anime reference.
Space Dandy or
Yep.
a different anime? Okay. I have seen Space Dandy, but I don't remember. I'd have to watch it again. It's been a while. But yes, that's my final dandy.
You are correct. I will give you an extra point if you can tell me one of the bands that made a song called The Game Is Over.
I will not be able to get this extra point because I am not a music guy.
Oh no. Do you want to guess
I
anyway?
uh I don't really know bands. I will abstain from guessing because I legit just don't know. I just don't know bands.
Alright. But if your guess was NSYNC or Evanescence, then that would be correct.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting a song by NSYNC to be called The Game Is Over. Evanescence, I could see that.
Is that the one that's the Wake Me Up Inside?
I
Or
don't
is that
think
someone
so.
else? Like I said, I'm not a music guy. I don't.
I don't listen to either band. I'm
Okay.
more of a drum and bass and progressive metal person.
I only listen to video game soundtracks person.
Okay, that as well. I have a bunch of video game soundtracks, including my own. Huzzah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Number 4. No One Can Stop Mr. Domino.
That's a game. I've seen the Game Grumps play that.
Yeah, yeah, you are correct.
Hooray.
All right, Crime Wave.
Prime Wave?
Yep, Crime Wave.
I'm gonna go both.
All right, is that your final dandy?
That's my final dandy.
You are correct. It is both a 1983 game and a song by Crystal Castles.
It did just sound like one of those titles that could work as a game or a song, so...
Yeah, a game from 1983 though?
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
Gregory
fair.
Horror Show.
That is an anime. But they did make a game out of it, didn't they? Okay, game.
All right. Final dandy?
Final dandy.
You are correct.
Yeah.
The game was based off the anime.
Yep.
I
Makes
didn't
sense
know
to
about
me.
the anime until after the game.
I
There were about, I think, 2 seasons of it.
There's actually like 3,
Oh,
but the third one...
Right, the third one. I forgot about the third one.
Yeah.
All right, number 7. Propane Nightmares.
Is this a King of a Hill reference?
I can see why you'd say that.
I'll go with game, question mark?
All right, final dandy?
Final dandy.
That's wrong.
Damn.
Propane
I should've known.
Nightmares is from a drum and bass band called Pendulum.
I had a feeling it was a trick, but...
It's also my favorite song by them.
Oh, no. Okay.
Really good, I recommend it. Number 8. Power Stone.
That's a game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, final dandy?
Final dandy.
Incorrect.
Are you kidding? What?
It's both.
Oh, right. I forgot that was a choice.
Okay.
I was like, I know that's a game. You can't. You're not gonna lie to me.
It
about
is.
this.
It's a 2006 game, but there are also
Okay.
8 songs called Power Stone.
8? Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, mind you, it doesn't mean Power Stone. The words aren't in other song titles, because there are. But specifically just Power Stone, there are 8 songs.
Fascinating.
All right, number 9, and again, it's video game title, song title, or both. No One Lives Forever.
Well, I'm going to go with both on this one.
All right, you are correct.
Nice.
It is a 2000 game and also a song by Oingo Boingo.
Boingo boingo. Okay.
I don't understand that. Oingo Boingo.
Oingo boingo.
Yep. I don't know why.
I mean, whatever. It's memorable, I guess.
Yeah. I mainly know of Oingo Boingo because of JoJo Part 3, but that's me.
Fair enough. The JoJo does make a lot of references that I may not be able to get all the references because I watched the dub.
Yeah, because Oingo and Boingo were called different names in Part 3 dub.
I believe it, which is very unfortunate, but is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I side with that because I would hate to have my name be Oingo or Boingo.
Yeah.
Number
Not to
10.
say that there are...
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
I was gonna say not to say that there aren't ridiculous names in JoJo, but
Oh, there are.
yeah.
There are. Like, Limp Bizkit,
Yep.
The Stand. They did change it to something else in the anime, but in the game Eyes of Heaven, Limp Bizkit became Flaccid Pancake.
Oh my god.
And I wish they kept it. In the anime, Limp Bizkit became Limp Viscit. It's like, okay.
I mean, all right. Yeah, all right.
I
Sure.
prefer Flaccid Pancake. And
Yeah.
also, the stand that has a really... It's an AC/DC song. It's D4C. I keep wanting to say Dark Dreams Don't Die, but that is a game
That's
by
a game.
Swery.
It sure is.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's been like canceled though.
Oh, it really has. I love D4C. Not D4C. I love that stand too. I love Dark Dreams Don't Die. That was so good.
Yeah, it was going to be like episodic, and I think they came out with 2 episodes, but unfortunately, there's no more that are going to come out.
Yeah, it was a prologue and then like 2 other episodes. But I was thinking of Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
Oh, I've
In
heard that song on the radio.
in the game Eyes of Heaven, the one of the JoJo fighting games, it became filthy acts at a reasonable price.
All right.
I wish they kept that, but
Yeah.
on to number 10, Kentucky Route Zero.
I'm going to say song.
All right, that your final dandy?
That's my final dandy.
Incorrect. It is a 2013 game.
Yeah. I had a feeling.
Now,
But
mind you, that's a good name for like some electronic song when you have Route Zero in there.
right.
Sounds like some sort of weird French house country song. Kentucky Route Zero.
Yeah. Oh, my cat's come to say hello.
Oh, hello, cat. Are you ready for number 11?
I'm ready.
Lucky and Wild.
Song.
All right, final dandy?
Final dandy.
Incorrect. It is a 1989 game. There is a musician named called Lucky and Wild, but not a song title.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was expecting it to be a song title. Like Lucky and Wild, I thought there'd be more than 8 songs of that. Like, why did Power Stone get 8 songs called Power Stone, but no songs called Lucky and Wild that I could find?
Yeah. Right. That seems like a very good choice for a song.
Yeah. Like, some sort of like, I would call it a romance song, but we all know it'd be about one particular subject.
I was actually thinking more along the lines of like gambling.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can see that.
Yeah.
All right. Number 12, Player 1.
I'm going to say both.
Believe it or not, incorrect.
Whoa.
Now, I'll give you half a point if you can guess whether it's a video game title or a song title.
I'll say no, song. I'll go song.
Song?
Yes.
Correct. It is.
All right,
it is
have
a
a
song from one of my favorite bands called Machine Supremacy. They are a band from Sweden, and a lot of their songs are video game centric. Whether it be Need for Speed, whether it be Minecraft. They also did a cover, and I want to show you this. They did a cover of a Britney Spears song, "Gimme More." But this band is a heavy metal / Commodore 64 electronic band, which makes them doing a cover of Britney Spears' "Gimme More" really hilarious.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. All right, we have 2 more. I believe your score is 7. I could be wrong about that. I can check later.
It's all good.
It's all good. You received a positive score so far.
Hooray.
All right, number 13, The Count of Tuscany.
Oh boy. I'll go song.
Final dandy?
Final dandy.
You are correct. It is not just any song, it's actually my favorite song of all time by Dream Theater.
Oh wow.
I love that song. It's so good, and like 20 minutes as well.
Boy, that is a long song. What?
You have not listened to Dream Theater. Their songs are
not.
like, a lot of their songs are over 10 minutes. I mean,
Crazy.
if Metropolis Part 2 wasn't split up, or Metropolis Part 1, I believe one of them is about an hour long. And then Octavarium is about 24 minutes.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. But The Count of Tuscany, right? It takes 4 minutes to get into the lyrics, and then after 2 verses, around the 9-something minute mark, you then have like a 10-minute solo before like 4 or 5 more lines of lyrics, and then the song ends.
Jeez.
All right, and now we have the toughest one. I mean, I left this one for last for a reason. Let's see if you can get it. Earthbound.
Both.
Both?
I know it's a game, but I would not doubt if someone made a song with the same name. So I'm going to go with both.
Okay. You are correct.
Woo!
There was a song from 2003 by Rodney Crowell called Earthbound. I originally just had it as game, but the moment you guess song, I'm like, I'm searching this up right now. Whoops. I'm not prepared, clearly. So, lo and behold, there is a song called Earthbound.
Wow.
Who would have thunk? I
win by...
I guess I just would have given you a point either way at that point. I mean,
yeah.
It's just as weird as Pinball Wizard. Like, I searched everywhere for a game called The Game Is Over, but nope. When I was originally making the quiz, I only found a game called Crime Wave, and then last night I found a song.
Amazing.
I know, right? And then some songs
Yeah.
I just put in there because, I mean, Propane Nightmares, I love Pendulum, I love Dream Theater, I love Machine Supremacy. But because they aren't, like, top 20, like, on the chart, like, I thought it'd be harder to guess.
That makes
Especially
sense to
with
me.
especially with Machine Supremacy and all their songs based off video games.
Yeah.
So your score was definitely above a 7.
Hooray.
I'd
But you're
probably,
forgetting.
yeah, I'll have to search it up later.
You're forgetting number 15, Burger King foot lettuce.
Is that a video game title, a song title, or both?
I'm gonna go with neither.
A D. Oh my gosh, I should totally do that for next time I do this. Is it both or is it neither?
Yeah.
Make it harder.
Jeez.
Well, thank you for joining me on Arcade Renegades Episode 1.
Hell yeah, it was fun.
Before we go, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube, JustBoredGaming. I technically also have a Twitter, JustBoredTweet, but I usually just use my Twitter to tweet the videos that I upload, so seems kind of redundant.
And where else we can find you?
I mean, I guess I also have a Twitch, but I usually just stream on YouTube now, so.
Okay. Hey, is that it?
I believe so, yeah.
Well, do you know where you can find me? My house.
Wow.
Thank you for listening, and until next time, take care until I can come up with a better outro.
Okay, bye.
Bye.